Enoch's neighbour, Mr. Whittle, was struggling to interpret Ballyhoo's signing, which prompted Ballyhoo to start poking and prodding the old mouse. Very few people on Anabasis could sign, and with his mask always on, Ballyhoo never gave one the opportunity to read his facial cues. He was a kettle about to whistle, yet the scene unfolding in the village was even more silent than the woods had been. The mime threw his hands up in what looked like mock frustration. He stood next to Mr. Whittle and bowed, inviting him to bow as well. Enoch winced as he watched Ballyhoo remove the blue cat-o'-nine-tails from his belt, certain he was about to whip the old man. Instead, the jester brushed off the seat of Whittle's pants as if with a feather duster. The armoured soldiers chuckled. Ballyhoo followed with more obscene gestures, producing soft, swishing sounds of fabric on fabric, the rhythm punctuated by the soldiers' light laughter. In that moment, Sussy Cran came skittering across the thoroughfare, just as Ballyhoo began dry-humping the old man from behind. The giggling soldiers noticed her first. She slowed as she approached and immediately began signing. Good, Enoch thought. She's going to help. Sussy despised Ballyhoo more than anybody, but she didn't mind getting her hands dirty signing to him. One might assume Ballyhoo had a soft spot for her, but the way Susie told it, the mime was much nastier to her than he was with any of the other enclavers. With the exception of occasionally intervening in Ballyhoo's quiet terror campaigns, Susie tried to keep a low profile in the village, as did all the young women once Garin had made himself a reputation for coercing female servants. Grugak's soldiers couldn't be trusted either, Enoch knew, the two laughing idiots in front of him notwithstanding. Susie was almost always referred to as the boy out of doors, as was her preference. Her straight silky hair was as black as her large eyes. She kept it bobbed, with her bangs cut high on her forehead, and she wore an apprentice tunic that fell all the way to the ground. Enoch watched her sign with Ballyhoo while she interpreted both sides of the conversation for Mr. Whittle. Enoch couldn't make out the words, but he could hear the hushed tone of her voice, as delicate as her paper-thin ears. He continued walking past, and she didn't look up at him. None of them did. Still, Enoch could tell that she had calmed the situation. Thank God she came when she did, he thought. Yes, she tried to keep a low profile, but it seemed she could not be stopped when her help was needed. Sussy was the only wood mouse in the enclave who could sign. She'd been Barkholm's ward for as long as he could remember, and like Barkholm, and like Enoch himself, she was a member of the Resistance.